Well, here we go. I'm Larry Horist. This is So There 'Tis. And, well, I'm taking up a subject that has gotten very controversial, very emotional, and that's the subject of lynching. Now, President Obama referred to the impeachment inquiry, which is kind of a secret behind the scenes inquiry, as a lynching, a political lynching. Well, now the media went nuts. The presidential candidates, it sort of went like this. How could he possibly say something that is so hurtful to the black community? How could he possibly refer to one of the darkest eras in our history, the sins of the past? How could he do that? Oh my God, everybody thought it was just the most horrific thing you ever heard. Well, I had a little problem with that because calling something a lynching has been in the language for years. Not literally, as a metaphor. It's been used all the time. It's colloquial. It's not meaning we're talking about a lynching. We're talking about an unfair process where people are attacking somebody unfairly and unreasonably. And we use it all the time. We've used it for years. Now, who has used it? It's been in the common. Oh, Joe Biden used it on an interview in the 1990s when he called the impeachment of Bill Clinton a lynching. Well, John Kerry, he used the same term right around about the same time. He called it a lynching. Jerry Nadler, he was on there, he was quoted as referring to something as a lynching. Jim McDermott, the same. He called it a lynching. Danny Davis used the term in reference to an unfair something or other and referred to it as a lynching, as did George Meeks. Now, the last two are particularly interesting because they're both black Americans. This has been in the common language for ages, but what has changed is the political correctness, the attack on free speech, and the creation of an oversensitivity to things that were not particularly offensive on their own for many years. This is part of why political correctness is so bad. You know, sometimes when the Democrat candidates attack each other, they refer to it as a circular firing squad. That doesn't mean they're all standing around in a circle with a rifle shooting each other. It's an expression. Now, what's interesting to me about this expression is it's all the Democrats who are complaining about it. And who did all of those terrible lynchings of black people? 4,500 lynchings, 3/4 of them were African American Americans. And virtually every one of them was lynched by Democrats. Every one of them. If anybody should be concerned about the word lynching, it should be the Democrats. Because even in the days where lynching was common, the Republicans in Congress under Roosevelt tried to pass anti-lynching legislation several times. And President Franklin Roosevelt and the Democrats blocked it every time. Can you imagine that? Something as innocuous, as decent as making laws, federal laws, against lynching Americans without due process, without anything justice. What could be easier? But not for the Democrats. They fought it tooth and nail. So maybe it's appropriate that Trump called what the Democrats are doing today a lynch mob because they are the party with experience in that region. And so there it is.